Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to all those watching, and welcome to week 2 of the Southwest Burger Inquisition. I'm your host, the Honorable Justice Clavinaugh, and this week you are all in for quite the treat, if I do say so myself. Just brief housekeeping note: there is a family with young children in the park today, so hopefully we can get through this episode without the authorities being involved. But let's just jump right into it. This week we have an entry from Shake Shack, thanks in no small part to our sponsor, Game of Thrones. As you can see, Game of Thrones and Shake Shack and I have all partnered to bring you this episode this week. We hope to bring the spicy heat this week, just like Drogon. And on that note, I'll welcome you into the burger we have this week. So, due to popular demand in the group chat, we have the Smoke Shack. Smoke Shack. The burger is called the Smoke Shack. It is a riff on their classic Shack burger, but with a couple of smoky add-ins. They have a nice pepper relish, they have smoked bacon, and it also comes with their signature sauce. I can't remember what the name of that is at this moment, but here's a look at the burger. I went for the double. I'm a little hungry this week. Looks pretty good. And before we get into it, I'll give you a little story about the ordeal that all getting this was. So I'm leaving work and I punch in Shake Shack into my GPS. I figure, I know there's two near me and I don't know which is which, so I just say I'll go to the one that's closer to where I live, this condo I'm at. So I figured that just makes the most sense, right? You figure, well, that'll be the easiest. You'll just hop in, drive there, get your burger, come back, easy peasy. Lo and behold, I get there and it's in a huge sprawling mall complex. At that point I knew I was in for quite an ordeal. So I park, I go into the food court area of this mall, and I can't see it anywhere. I'm looking, and I go to the directory out of shame eventually, punch in Shake Shack. That's no use. It just points me to, it's the dot that is placed is in Macy's. Literally no use to me. So I'm just walking around the mall. Eventually I try to retrace my steps from the parking lot. So I exit out towards the parking lot, and lo and behold, I look to my left, and there in one of those, you know how malls have they'll have the food court, but then on the periphery of the mall they'll have bigger standalone restaurants. Like there'll be an Applebee's some places, sometimes they'll have a Noodles and Company, those sorts of things where it's a little higher end establishment. They'll have a little standalone restaurant. Well, lo and behold, here, the Shake Shack, standing on the outside with this lovely burger waiting for me. Just a second, was not waiting for me. I get there, I place my order, and they said, sorry sir, we have a 25-minute wait for beef. We just ran out, and we're gonna have to wait for your order if you still want to get one. And I said, well, the show must go on, so of course I'm gonna wait. And they said, well, we thank you for your patience, and since you've obliged us and you've been so patient and courteous, we're gonna offer you a free, complimentary, no charge, $0.00 custard. Shake Shack is famous for their burgers and their shakes, but also their custard. The founder was from the Midwest, started up in New York actually, but custard is one of the staples of Shake Shack, and the custard I went with was a banana cream pie it's a partnership with a local bakery, and it was spot on. But that's not what this is about. This is about the burger. This is the Southwest Burger Inquisition after all. So let's get a look at this nice looking burger. First off, just on the appearance, it's a little thick, as you can see. I did go with the double, but still stacked pretty high. I did opt for the lettuce, tomato, pickle, and onion. So as you can see, there's the special sauce and the pickle, pepper relish, and lettuce. Next we have some tomato, and there's some pickle under there, and then onion, and there's the bacon under there. Then you have cheese, burger 1, cheese, burger 2, and that's it. Then that's the whole burger. So without further ado, we'll just get right into this. The Smoke Show burger from Shake Shack. Smoke Shack burger from Shake Shack going in. Alright, first thoughts. Very juicy burger, very flavorful. I can taste the beef throughout the burger. It's not overpowered by the toppings at all. And speaking of the toppings, I would have to say that the relish, I had high hopes. I was very excited when I saw that that was a part of this burger. And while it didn't quite live up to my expectations, it's still a very pleasant offering, a very good addition to this burger, I'd say. Bacon, crisp, everything you would hope for, bacon on a burger. Lettuce, tomatoes, onion, pickles, all very fresh. They seem crisp, they add a nice little bite, little change up in the sandwich. It's all very good overall. Cheese, melty, seems like real cheese, not some phony little Kraft single or anything. So, taking everything into consideration, also, I reserve the right in this episode and future episodes to update my rating system. So I'm thinking I might end up going with a tiered list sort of thing. So last week obviously was the first episode, so that would be number one, Whataburger. But after this week, I will have to put the Smoke Shack from Shake and Shack is the new number one. Oh geez. The new number one in this tiered list, and I will give it 7.5 out of 10. I had high expectations when I saw the spicy pepper relish and the smoked bacon, and this sandwich certainly is very good, but I just didn't quite live up to those high expectations I had, but still a very good sandwich. Well, that'll do it for this week. I thank you all for joining me, and thanks again to our sponsor, Game of Thrones, for making this episode possible. Make sure you leave a positive rating for Game of Thrones on IMDb. Keep that rating up. It is the best ending of a season or series ever. So with that, I thank you for joining me on the Southwest Burger Inquisition. See you next week.